Well, like many days, military combat, this time is Pakistan, is in the news this morning. And war zones are where our next guest operates, bringing something you wouldn't expect to see there, playgrounds. Keith Reynolds is director of Playground Builders. He joins us now to talk about what the organization has been doing in Afghanistan. So Keith, this is such an interesting and wonderful initiative, frankly. I know you have a background in forestry from BC, in the industry. How did you get to start building playgrounds in war-torn countries?
Good morning or good afternoon. Yes, I've been traveling through the Middle East for almost 20 years, possibly longer, and ended up in some of the war-torn regions of this area. And all the times that I had been returning back and going back and forth to Canada, seeing hopefully a peace process, the one thing that was not changing was the hopefulness and the future for the children. And so in 2006, I paid for 2 playgrounds and saw some results, paid for another one, came back to the West Bank, where we are approximately, and saw the 3 playgrounds and decided that was going to be the start of something wonderful. So myself and a great group of friends and some wonderful volunteers were now working on playground number 44 in Kabul, Afghanistan.
Wow, playground 44. You know, in Afghanistan specifically, there's no security. Many people don't even have their basic needs met. You said you noticed the results. How do you see these playgrounds improving lives there?
Well, the population in Afghanistan, 44% approximately, are under the age of 14. Since the fall of the Taliban, there's been millions of girls actually returned to school, and school is very important. Most of these children have been traumatized by war. There's been no play equipment since actually the Soviet Union left in 1989. So I'd found myself when I was there last year that play was missing, and we know that play is also an integral part of learning, but it also helps alleviate trauma from war, and it's a great gift. Most of the gift, though, is in the creation of jobs for people in war economies.
Let's talk about who builds these, Keith, the playgrounds, and how they are constructed.
Absolutely. What we do, Playground Builders, we partner with local NGOs in the host countries, so we're working with groups inside Afghanistan who are already working in the field of women and children. We come up with proposals. Myself and Kirby Brown, who we've just returned from Afghanistan, we're able to go and look at sites at schools. We come up with a proposal. The proposal is given to contractors, local people who bid on the playground equipment. They transport it, they put it in place, they warranty it, and we create jobs for it. So it's local people. Local people are making approximately $7 to $10 a day is what we pay the local workers, where the Taliban, I've heard, are paying $10 a day to go and work for the Taliban.
Wow.
And that's not any of interest to us.
No, certainly not. I mean, so you're giving something back to the children, certainly, but their entire families, their entire community. But for your team, yes, security has to be a concern, an issue when working in the places you work in Afghanistan, certainly. What are some of the things that you have to be cognizant of, the challenges that you face?
Well, if you're talking about myself personally and Kirby, as we're traveling, we're very aware. I've been traveling in these areas often and not trying to be... we take as much precaution as we can. We don't hire security, so we have no cost in security, but we travel very quickly and very stealth and keep moving, get the projects done. In the last, as we returned from Afghanistan, the proposals were sent back to Canada, and we're going to start 6 more playgrounds in the Afghan area, and many more to come. So we work with local people who use the internet, and via that we can come up with many new proposals and great sites.
Oh, I hope many more playgrounds to come. I hope 44 certainly won't be the last one. Thank you so much, Keith, for your time today and for all you do. Thank you so much. That is Keith Reynolds, founder of Playground Builders. Still to come this hour, Johanna Wagstaff is in with today's weather coming up.